I'd like to introduce Tewa Kong, who goes by Derek. Derek is an artist in design, color, jewelry, and sculpture, and is currently studying innovation and entrepreneurship, a master's degree at St. Mary's University. Welcome, Derek.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about the art that you do? Just give us some background.
Uh, I used to study sculpture, and now I study jewelry. So it's more like a fine art jewelry for, like superstars like Lady Gaga. Like they wear some kind of like very fancy, but like very loud, I would say, like very fun jewelry. So I was working for those kind of jewelry creating.
Very cool. And I think you have a presentation for us, or?
Yes, I have a presentation for you guys.
Super.
Can you see the slides?
Perfect.
Okay, I'll start. Hello, everyone. My name is Tewa Kang. Please call me Derek. I'm an artist, designer, and creative director, and I'm from Seoul, South Korea, and currently living in Halifax. As a child, I had difficulty getting along with other kids, maybe because I was too different from them, or maybe because of my strong personality. My mom is the one who always supported me and had faith in me. She recommended me to study art as she saw something sparkle from my eyes when I was drawing. Art was a window where I could express my own world, and it gave me a positive view of the world. For those of you who don't know about the art high school system in Korea, art high school is a high school for art students. They have 3 to 4 majors, including fine art, music, and dancing. Nowadays, there are more majors, such as K-pop and acting. Most of the kids apply for art high school at their young age. In my case, I was quite late. To get into the art high school, we had to prepare 3 things. First, good middle school marks. Second, pencil drawing test. Last but not least, water painting test. So after the first year, I decided my major in the second year, which was sculpture. I had a dream of becoming a sculpture artist by falling in love with the 3 dimensionality and the use of various materials. Art high school students' goal was to get into the best university. Hongik University and Seoul National University was the best art schools in Korea. We had to prepare for excellent school marks, high entrance exam mark, great recommendations letters, sculpture test, and pencil drawing test. For the sculpture and pencil drawing test, they only give us 4 to 5 hours each subject, and I had to practice all the time. I had to go to school at 7 a.m. in the morning, come home around 1 a.m. in the evening for almost 1 year. I successfully got into Hongik University after working so hard for 3 years. The 4 years at Hongik University have become a valuable foundation for my life that cannot be replaced with anything. I have earned scholarship for 4 years in a row by diligently completing classes, and I have been able to experience various attempts such as photography, ceramic art, and glasswork, mural activity, art education, exhibition activity, and volunteer work. And finally, I graduated with an excellent score. I was just so happy and excited, and I was able to do whatever I wanted. Among the subjects which I took in my first year, the expression technique lecture was a good starting point of my work. Inspired by ornaments of various people from all over the world, I created a modern headdress object and I became a model for the object and tried to connect it to the photography. At that time, I had a lot of concerns about my identity, but I finally provided an opportunity to face the world in my true identity through my work, which became an opportunity for growth both as an artist and personally. Through this work, I was able to gain the confidence to be able to freely use various materials such as beads, fabric, resin, and different like all kinds of materials. Additionally, I was able to learn the joy of recreating my work as a photographic work. I also learned photography and Photoshop skills from this project. I was a student with a passion for accumulating various social experiences. In my college life, during the 4 years of my university life, I have been providing art education for students of various ages from 4 to 24 years old, and I have been passionate about comprehensive art education. I encourage the children to work with their concerns rather than simply passing on skills, and I was able to portray myself as a good adult and a good teacher in detail. When I continued to study in the Department of Sculpture, I discovered my interest in fashion and jewelry and studied jewelry design professionally in a jewelry workshop for a year. While studying jewelry, I felt a deep thirst for learning about jewelry making and jewelry design, so I decided to study abroad. Thanks to a rich and deep portfolio through steady art activities and continued study of English, I entered the Department of Jewelry and Metal at the Royal College of Art, England, which we call RCA, and experienced creative work that enables in-depth research and development of various materials, including jewelry design. And I was able to accelerate my own work. Basically, I've been working on metal jewelry and I've spent time growing up researching new materials. I thought that the theoretical background like art history and metal history also had a significant impact on my work, so I did not neglect the theory study. In London, I also did not neglect to participate in important competitions and fairs. I have participated in world-famous competitions such as ITS, which stands for International Talent Support 2018, and also participated in the Schmuck 2018 Jewelry Art Fair, an exhibition for jewelry artists in Munich, Germany. A performance type work in which the work was placed in a movable case and moved freely within the exhibition space was unfolded here, and many questions and interests from the audience were received. With this opportunity, a meeting between the director and curator of the German Museum of Contemporary Art, Pinakothek Moderne, was held, and we were particularly honored to exhibit here. In addition, I participated in exhibitions at the History of Science Museum 2017, including practical products production and material purchasing, collaborating with experts, exploring new materials, and acquiring skills and communication skills through interviews and presentations. I've also developed public speaking skills from here. As I studied immersed in the dynamic and global art environment in England, the home of modern art, music, and general arts, I was able to see and feel the exhibitions of the world-class artists closely, and I also had the opportunity to meet and discuss their work in depth. I have also been thinking about how to reflect social and economic issues that are being raised internationally, including continental Europe, through my skin. Studying abroad for 2 years was lonely and difficult, but it was a valuable opportunity to experience a new world like this. And it was a time to gain confidence that I could expand my possibility infinitely. After graduating from Royal College of Art, I've decided to come back to Seoul, South Korea. I miss my home, but also I needed some time to take a break for my life. After a while, I thought I should keep on challenging myself. China is a very important and large country. I have always seen a bright future for China and have always dreamed of taking on new challenges in China. So I worked hard for about a year to earn money. While doing an internship at the jewelry brand, I also conducted education for children on the weekends. After raising the money, I applied to Beijing Language and Culture University in Beijing. So my new challenge began, and at the same time, I almost also got the opportunity to work as a freelance art director at Chinese entertainment company. At that time, I was very busy. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and went to school, and at the school, I studied on my own from 6:30 a.m. to 8 a.m. and received regular classes from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then I ate lunch and went straight to work. When I got home at 9 p.m., my day was just about having dinner, work, gym, and study. I helped working as a visual director for a girl group that is going on a very big program called Produce 101. The blue picture is the Produce 101 program. It was very challenging with language barriers and time consuming with lots of work requests, but the result was very satisfying. At school, I received a full scholarship that only three students can receive, and at the same time, two rising artists whom I visually directed got to the final round. Now they are big stars in China. I felt like I was being compensated for everything. Just when I felt everything was going in the right direction, a very big disaster occurred. Right, it was COVID. I had no choice but to come to Korea in a hurry, and everything changed. The dream of mastering Chinese in 5 years and working as a visual director for an entertainment company to create my own jewelry brand has been shattered. It was a very difficult time, but I came to my senses and thought about what I could do now. There is a really important link between art and management. And in order to become a successful artist, I thought I have a desire to fill in the areas of management that I lack. So for a year, I applied for Halifax SMU, St. Mary's University, while working again for a jewelry brand and two art academies, earning hard money. I happily passed the exam and got into the university, worked hard and saved money until I left Korea, and at the same time, learned flower arranging, baking, cooking that I always wanted to learn. I also studied the Rhino program of jewelry 3D program technology for 6 months. Currently, I am studying at MTEI course in Halifax. MTEI stands for Masters of Technology Entrepreneurship and Innovation and is one of the business course. Here, I am starting to dream a new dream. First, after successfully earning money by working as a marketer and visual director in the dog snack business, I am thinking of opening an art academy business within 3 years, and my goal and my dream is to create my own jewelry brand within 5 years. In addition, while studying art and design, I have acquired various skills necessary in practice, such as color perception, design sense, and three-dimensional sense. By majoring in sculpture, I can freely use various materials such as wood, iron, clay, plastic, and stone. And you can also use Photoshop and Illustrator for design and photography at a professional level. Since I started studying jewelry, I have been using the basic 3D Rhino program steadily. The greatest gift I have received while doing art for a long time is courage. I'm no longer afraid to jump to see and experience, feel the world. I believe that if we overcome difficult times with the strength to believe in ourselves, eventually learning and results that shine like jewels will come out. I still have so much to learn and always ready to learn and work. I'm just like one of you guys. I'm still learning every day and facing many difficulties in life. But overall, we should keep a positive attitude and keep going. And thank you for listening and hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Derek. If you, I, holy smokes, your theme is just learn, 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 continue your education, work harder, take more risks, try something new, learn, 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 learn. How do you get motivated to continue on that road and to work so hard to follow your artistic endeavors?
Uh, I think it's just I know it's not everybody has different like motivations and uh, different things, but for me, I just feel like I'm not good enough all the time. So I just push myself, push myself, push myself because every time people say about me like you're going to fail, but it just makes me feel more it just gives me the energy that I'm going to prove that they're wrong, you know? I can do better, I can do more, you know? So I think that kind of things is actually motivates me to push more myself.
It's amazing. Your work is incredible. And I'm sure there's students sitting out there just thinking, wow, like the experiences you've had, the international education and work that you've done, the languages that you've learned, it's remarkable. What piece of advice would you give, and I know you've given a lot, but to a student who has that artistic ability, who's listening right now, but who doesn't quite know how to take the first step? Like we're talking we're in grade 9 or grade 10, how can they begin their career path in the arts?
Uh, I know this might sound very simple, but I just want to say don't fear. Like, just try to, art is like very easy. It's just express yourself. It's like do whatever you want. Like, if it's not hurting someone else, like try to express everything in every way. Like, even if like singing, like it's also kind of a performance art. It's a art. So I just want everyone who wants to, study art or do a major for like art, then I just want them to be more confident of themselves, love themselves more, and then express it freely. That would be my recommendations.
That's a beautiful recommendation. Thank you. Brett, what questions do you have for Derek?
Yes. So, yeah, thank you very much for telling your story. It's very, very in depth. With definitely seems like you've had a lot of moving parts in your life. But my question is like what? How do you like kind of decide like what your next step is going to be? Because you've had like a long kind of journey to get to where you are, where you've had some roadblocks and obstacles. Just if you can kind of go in depth about that a little bit.
I would say I have a rough plan of my life, but as we grew up, we realize life doesn't go to the way that I expected. It's like always something comes up, like something changes. But I would say I try to just live the best of my life right now, and then I try to think, what do I want right now? What do I need right now? And what will help for my future, like right now? So I try to focus on the present, and then I have a rough plan, but it doesn't go like that. So I just try to keep coming up with new plans. Yeah, that's just the thing I do.
And we do have a question in the chat. What is like the salary and wages for this type of career path?
Oh, that's like very difficult, honestly. If you're talking about fine art, honestly, like you might not earn a penny. Like you have to do a part-time job. So I used to study sculpture, and I saw so many students who give up their dreams because of like realistic problems, the money. But most of the students who really into sculpture, they do like sculpture, and then they have another job. So they earn from the money, and then they invest the money to the art. And when they become famous, and then they make a contract with the gallery, or you know some kind of people sponsors, then they will start to earn money from the art, fine art. But at the beginning, I would say it's very difficult. You have to get a part-time job or another jobs. But as a jewelry designer, it might be different. Like jewelry designer, because we are selling jewelry, and it's also the salary is very varied, because if you're selling like a very cheap like stainless steel product, and you're selling like a really expensive diamond, like those salaries are so different. So, but I would say like roughly maybe for silver jewelry, I think minimum wage would be around at least like $3,000. But this is the case if the business goes okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I'm just going to give a minute just to see if there's any other questions in the chat. But thank you very much for sharing your story and taking time out of your day to speak to our students. Like your wide array of international experience, I think, is a very unique perspective that you were able to give to the students today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Derek. It's great to have you here. And if students, I'm sure if they're interested, they can follow you on social media. I know that you have quite a large following to see your art, and they can look you up and find you if they are interested to see where your journey takes you next. Thank you so much for being here today.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy holidays to you and all the best in your studies.